That's right. It's windy. It's a bit windy.
Medium fry, medium Coke, okay?
That is perfect. Hey everyone, welcome back to what is another Topher Drives special. I'm saying that today because I brought a map for our road trip. We're going to a wedding. It's about 2 hours away. Going to be about a 300-mile round trip, so it's a bit of an abbreviated road trip. And you join us in our favorite spot to start road trips, where there is somebody currently learning how to drive. So if you see a silver Ford Escape sort of driving slowly in the background, that is the explanation. So I thought, what is the most grown-up and dignifying car to show up to a wedding in?
That's right.
A metallic red Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Yeah. So, jokes aside, it's been a long time coming. I still have not filmed a video on the brand new Dodge Charger. And this is, I think, peak new Charger. This is the Scat Pack 6-pack, 4-door. So this is not the Daytona electric. This is internal combustion powered. This has the 3-liter Hurricane turbocharged inline 6 with 550 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque. It has the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, and it's all-wheel drive. However, at the push of a button, you can make it rear-wheel drive and decouple the front drive shafts and things. Bit of a controversial design on this car. Personally, I think it looks fantastic. I think the 4-door looks better.
Nice.
The 2-door, the proportions are a little bit weird, and it's actually, as far as I know, it's the same wheelbase as the 2-door car, which is hilarious because this thing is huge. It's only about 2 inches shorter than a Ford Expedition. So quite large. Yeah, I know. It's a big thing. But you know, Chargers, they're supposed to be big. Supposed to be big belts. So curious to see what a road trip is going to be like in this, because inline 6s are usually quite efficient. This one, not so much. It's rated at 23 mpg on the highway. If we do that exactly, our highway range should be about 400 miles. So after we fill up the tank in this down the street, we shouldn't have to put gas in this again for our short trip out to Marcellus, Michigan, which we'll be showing you on the map in just a second. But I wanted to talk a bit more about the spec on this. So I mentioned this is the Scat Pack Plus. I didn't tell you it was a Plus. It's a Scat Pack Plus 4-door, finished in Redeye. Lots of good colors available. What do you think they call the orange color?
Orange.
No, peel out.
Oh, that's funny.
What do you think they call the blue? Ludicrous.
That's really
And there's a white called White Knuckle.
You know, if there is one thing that Dodge does well, Stellantis does well,
Yeah.
is they name colors.
They love naming
They
things.
love naming.
Anything. They love naming
Really,
anything.
yeah.
So this one's,
Redeye, Jailbreak,
yes,
Final Edition, whatever it was.
last call.
Yeah, there you
Last call, yeah. So this is finished in Redeye. It's the Plus. It's got the Blacktop Pack, so you get the black wheels, the black spoiler, full glass roof, 18-speaker Alpine sound system. We'll have the full spec in the description, but this adds up to $69,000. The Scat Pack base 4-door starts in the mid-50s, so with the Plus group and all the stuff, you're touching almost 70 grand with this particular car. So definitely not cheap. But maybe you get what you pay for. And this has been kind of fun getting my first impressions. I'm the last person in the entire world to drive this car because Dodge kept canceling our loan on it. So it's nice to finally get into one of these and be able to share my opinions. Right, so this is a lift back, which I don't know that you realized. The whole back of it lifts up. That's pretty nice, why they call it a lift back. Where it just has tons of room. Now, the road trip essentials aren't a lot of things today. It's my camera bag and my finely pressed sport coat that I have to lay down in the back because Dodge Chargers don't have hooks. Just so much room back here. If we were actually going somewhere long distance, we would have room for like a couple big suitcases or like 4 small suitcases. So lots of room, not a whole lot of height, but easy to put things in here. You just have a little lip to kind of lift over the back. And this is power, so you just hit this button right here. That will close. Check it out. Exhaust tips in the back because this is the inline 6. Shall we check out the back seat? So the Charger, as we've said a couple of times, still quite a big thing. Weighs 4,800 pounds. And it's got a... Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's completely closed out the outside world.
It has.
So pretty decent room. I don't want to sit back here too long because it's hot. But we have a couple things back here. Heated seats, which the switches it kind of bothers me the way that they did this. I feel like the lights for this side should have been on the left and the two indicators of heated seats should have been in the middle. Anyway, couple of vents, fold down armrest with some cup holders, and at 5'11" sat behind myself, I have plenty of room. Let's get out because it's very hot. Frameless doors back here. Ingress and egress is okay. The roofline isn't too low or anything like that. And let's fire this up so Emily can sit in the air conditioning while I show you the 6-pack. You're welcome. How about that?
The sun has cooked these leather seats.
Has it?
And my legs are on fire.
Would you like your cooled seat? There you go. I'm going to show the ladies and gentlemen where we're going.
Sounds pretty.
Because I got a map. Look at this. I'm feeling proper. It's windy. It's a bit windy. Right. Okay. I just thought maybe this could add a bit to the road trips. Maybe on a day where it's not as windy. Okay, so we are currently here. See that? In Ypsilanti. And we're going to take 94, which is here. Okay, this blue line all the way over to here. We're going to keep going, and then we're going to go down 131 and then over to Marcellus, this little town, almost all the way to the water, but not quite, where our friends Alyssa and Zach are getting married. So congratulations to them. Make sure you tell them that in the comments if they are watching. And we're going to hand the map off to Barb because she might be able to fold this back up for us while we show you under the hood. And there you go. There's the 6-pack, which this is different now with, different terms. 6-pack now means you've got the twin turbo inline 6-cylinder. But back in the day, when you used to get a 6-pack on an old 440 powered Mopar, it used to mean that you had 3 dual barrel carburetors. So a little bit of a different lingo, but I think it's cool that they brought it back. The only funny thing is they've written 6-pack upside down on the hood, but I think it's so when you're at a car show, it's the right way up. So if you see it with the hood up, it reads correctly. I think that's probably their logic with this, if I had to guess. Anyway, last thing to talk about on the outside are the tires. We have a Goodyear Eagle Sport. This is just a regular all-season tire in a squared setup, 275/40 ZR20, which is just crazy. We have a 275 on the front of this car, but we'll see how they do today in our road trip. Some other enjoyers of the church parking lot are pulling in, so why don't we jump in this and get on the road. Inside we have the regular standard seats that come in the Scat Pack Plus, so the leather-wrapped regular seat, which I think is one of the most boring looking seats I've ever seen. However, I'm happy we have these today because they do seem a bit like sofas, and I think they'll be cozy on the trip. They've got decent adjustment. Power, is yours power over there?
Yeah.
Nice. So I think we'll be good. There is an optional sports seat for the Scat Pack, but we don't have those today, which we're okay with because I think this will be a little bit more cozy. Wireless CarPlay, Android Auto on this very typical looking Stellantis infotainment system. We have our ventilated seats going. We have the air conditioning blasting, all the good stuff. Fully digital gauge cluster on this, which, to be honest, I'm not like a huge fan of any of the layouts, so this is the one that I found to be the most aesthetically pleasing. We've got our boost pressure in the middle, RPM on the left, and speedo on the right. Told you guys we have the full glass roof on this car, but otherwise, as far as other road trip essentials and places to put things inside, 2 cup holders here, another cup holder on the door panel. Emily's got her fridge cigarette. There it is.
Nice and crispy.
Shifter. Very bizarre, and I was anxious to touch this shifter because I had seen it in the press release. I've seen it in everyone else's videos and pictures and everything, and every time I saw it, I was like, that's got to be so weird to operate. And I was right. You kind of have to go under it. Dodge say this is like a pistol grip shifter, and I do think it looks cool, but you have to go kind of under it like that to get a hold of the shift release, which is underneath. So it's just kind of a weird thing, but I appreciate their kind of excitedness of heritage of the pistol grip shifter. Super clear reverse and 360 cameras, like very high quality. But I don't like that when you go into drive, it gets rid of the cameras. You then have to swipe down to the shortcuts menu and pull that camera back up if you still want to have it. So would like to see maybe a physical button for the cameras, but alas, we don't have one. But we do have other pretty decent physical buttons in here. Down here, you even have one for your launch control. Right off the bat, you know, some of the inputs are a little bit excited, I guess I should say. Like, a little bit of brake goes a long way, a little bit of throttle goes a long way, and it's almost impossible to drive this smoothly at low speeds. And it's impossible to kind of do smooth braking exercises at low speed as well. We were going out to dinner last night, and you thought that I was being silly and like trying to brake check you against the dash, but I was just trying to stop the car smoothly. And it's a little bit challenging here in the Charger. But once you're actually going, once you're above like 15, 20 miles an hour, inputs become a bit more linear, they smooth out some, and the power from this Hurricane Inline 6 is pretty fantastic, honestly. 550 horsepower, even in this car that's almost 5,000 pounds, it's pretty quick. I mean, it rips. It's fast. Kind of faster than I expected it to be. There's a previous generation Charger. You know, I haven't really been seeing a ton of these, and that's what makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Because this new generation Charger is now on its 3rd model year. Can you believe that? 24 was the first model year for this. This one's a 26.
I really don't see them ever.
Yeah. Now, the internal combustion car, I think 26 is the first model year, but the EV you've been able to get that for a while. And that car was a bit of a slap in the face, I think, to Dodge's customer base. Not saying that Dodge really had a choice because of kind of the regulations and things that were being pushed at the time. But I'm glad that they're kind of rolling out these internal combustion cars again. They've teased that they're putting the Hellcat engine back into this. And I'm sure it'll happen at some point because Dodge can never resist a party. Can never resist putting the Hellcat engine in absolutely everything that they make. So we're going to top off the fuel tank in this Charger. And then we'll reset the trip as well. I put 80 miles on this. I've only been doing 15 mpg.
Not great.
Not great, but I think we'll do better on the highway. Hoping to maybe beat the 23 EPA estimate.
Sure.
If we're lucky. It might just happen. 514. It's not horrible, actually. Kind of just have to watch that you're not bumping the L button with your palm. Parking brake in the correct location. Okay. BRB.
Okay.
I assume putting fuel in this, there is no popper on the inside. Nope, you just push this, and there's no fuel cap. 91 is required, so that is what we will put in today. All right. This is only down about a quarter tank, so it's probably not going to take a ton. I'm going to go ahead and grab our time-lapse GoPro here out of the trunk. Got a number of other things today in the camera bag, including a hair towel, because I'm wearing the POV hat right now, and obviously I'm going to have to do something with my hair when we get to the wedding. So I have a spray bottle in the driver's rear door. I've got a hair towel, and then I have hair product as well, so we're just going to kind of give this our best shot and hope that I look presentable. Ooh, taking quite a bit there, 40 bucks. 7.77 gallons going in here to the tank. Thank you, dear. Okay, let's go ahead and reset our trip. Actually, real quick. Do you need an attitude adjustment?
No, I really need to go. We really need to go. We are running very close.
We're fine. It's fine. Purple?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's leave it there and hit the road, please.
Parking brake is done. Trip is reset. Not a huge fan of this like haptic panel here, but I do at least appreciate that it is separate from the infotainment. And then we also have a physical button down here to turn off your auto stop start. So we'll do that as well, just because it's too hot to be messing with auto stop start today. Ventilated seats seem to do a pretty good job. I do like all the sounds that it makes. I think it does sound pretty cool. The closest thing I can relate this to sound-wise is, I think, the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, even though that car is, of course, a V6. Entrance ramp to ourselves. How lucky are we? Running this in auto mode right now, though there are a couple different drive modes. Mildly spoiling fuel economy there, but that's probably the last one of those we will do, because it is now time to cruise the Charger, sail the boat along the sea of 94. Currently sitting 7.4 mpg, going up very much. Okay, I want to try out the cruise control because I actually haven't tried that yet. So, active driving assist ready. Okay, let's go ahead and set that. You can adjust your gap here. That's all physical buttons there on the steering wheel. Like to see that. Steering wheel itself, I was a little bit concerned about because it's a square, but it actually feels okay in the hands. It's a good thickness, and you got paddle shifters as well back here. But no way to manually change gear down on the pistol grip, which you think maybe they would have given you a little mode where you could bump it over and do your gears, because that's like the whole point of a pistol grip. But anyway, I digress. It is very loud, this car.
It is.
As well. Typical Dodge sort of thing, you know, the older Scat Packs with the 6.4 liter V8, those were very loud, those made a good sound. I'm not fully sold on this. The exhaust on this, it's strange, because at certain times it does sound like a Giulia Quadrifoglio, like I said, but in the morning, when you cold start it, it sounds just about identical to a G80 M3. It's like something of, it's like the exact pitch of an S58 idling. So that's pretty cool also. I think there will be some companies that make some cool aftermarket exhausts for this, and then eventually they'll make the V8 as well, and we'll be back to playing the proper sound of our people, the proper muscle car sounds. Oh my goodness, look. It's another Charger. After I had just said that I haven't been seeing them. This is the first one I've seen since I've been driving this car. That is an EV, and it's a two-door, so it's the exact opposite of us. It's a little old lady driving it. I do think as far as all the different configurations, I would probably go with this one. I think this makes the most sense. It's the most like biblically accurate Charger sort of thing as far as like the past couple of generations. Four-door, internal combustion, over 500 horsepower. And the fact that it's all-wheel drive is pretty cool too, because it means that you drive it year-round somewhere like here, like Michigan. So I think the biggest thing that I want to find out today is, can the new Charger Scat Pack be civilized if you're on a long trip? Can it be comfortable? Can it be efficient? And that's what we're going to spend the next couple of hours doing, and then we'll drive back another couple hours and we'll see what this is like. No Culver stop initially right now, because it's already 2 o'clock. We're going to be getting out there around 4 o'clock. We'll eat dinner there and stuff, but maybe if we're feeling it late night, we'll make a stop later. But very much just an abbreviated road trip today, just because we wanted to bring you guys along. So we're going to keep on driving. We'll get some more impressions here under our belt, and then we'll update you here in a bit. Welcome back to the cabin of the Dodge Charger. You join someone who wishes they were sleeping and someone who just was sleeping. Yeah. But I think that confirms the so-called nappability of the comfort seats in the Charger Scat Pack.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. You were, I think you're like downplaying how asleep you actually were. You were like contorted, like your legs were all the way in the footwell and your head was off to the side. So yeah, you were definitely asleep. But I wanted to give you guys some updates on what it's been like to sit in this. We're just over 100 miles, 109 miles down. We've got 33 minutes to Marcellus, and MPG is 23.5. So we're doing half a mile per gallon over EPA's estimate. So I'm not too mad at the Charger. I was maybe expecting it to do a little bit better because inline sixes are usually just super smooth and efficient, and I don't know, I thought maybe this would pull out some crazy number like 27 or 28, but it always has the opportunity to get a little bit better on the way home because of course MPG tests are always out and back, so we'll see how it does. But I think otherwise I just saw a chip fall out of the corner of my eye. Otherwise, otherwise I've been actually super happy with this. The adaptive cruise control system is super competent. Like, I just went ahead and turned it off because, well, I guess we're not exiting just yet. I can keep using this for a second, but I like that you can set this very easily to either be regular adaptive cruise or the full drive assist. So you don't have to have the steering assist if you don't want, and they're two separate physical buttons. But my favorite part about this is as soon as you put your turn signal on, the car starts accelerating, which means the adaptive cruise system has a bit of a human aspect to it. It feels very natural, and I feel like adaptive cruise systems should all just be like that. I hate when they're nervous. I hate when they feel like you're holding up traffic, and this just doesn't do any of that. Something that I don't super like is the ride quality, which is a bit disappointing because I think with a big car like this, it should be a bit more comfortable. But it's a weird ride quality. It's like not stiff, but it's very unsettled. It's like a little bit bouncy and floaty. I don't know how to explain it, but it needs to be dialed in a bit more, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about that.
I was asleep.
You were asleep, so you don't really remember, but I'm so jealous. I'm so tired right now. The last like half an hour, I've been forcing myself to stay awake. I don't know what is up with
It's just the heat.
with us today. Yeah. All right, 74A. That'll be the next one here. Getting into these brakes. Very solid bite from the top of this brake pedal. Decent grip, but we're on an all-season tire, so it is limited. The other thing that has been not so great with this is since it has such a wide front tire, I guess that's the cruise control back. Since it has such a wide front tire, it has been tramlining a bit, so it's been a little bit of work for me to keep this centered in the lanes, and for some reason, when you put the active drive assist on, it yells at you every half a second to touch the wheel. Luckily, it has a grip sensor, but it's literally every 1 second you have to, so you really can't use this unless your hands are on the wheel. So I haven't even been using that. I've just been using the regular adaptive cruise system, which I do like, but I don't know if there's something I don't have toggled on. I tried doing it with the lane assist, the active lane management on, and I don't really think that changes anything. Oh, nope, that doesn't change anything either. So I don't know what the situation is with this travel assist sort of thing here, but that's right, we've just been going without it. Anyway, figured while we're on this kind of boring stretch of highway, we'll let you listen to this optional 18-speaker Alpine sound system, which has been blowing us away. It's very bass heavy.
It is.
But hey, it's pretty decent. Let you have a listen for yourself. appreciate the physical volume knob here on the left-hand side of the screen, and then you've got physical buttons on the back of the wheel as well if you want to change your volume that way. So, like we said, I mean, super bass heavy, but otherwise, like, clarity seems to be pretty good, and I think the factory tuning is just a bit much. So, obviously, you can go in and you can mess with that, but no real complaints with the sound system in this thing. But in typical American car fashion, it's just super bass heavy. Ford is guilty of this, GM is guilty of this, and obviously so is Stellantis. So, can you heat and ventilate at the same time? You can't. Elbow surfaces, you know, I haven't really been using them, honestly. I've just kind of had my hand rested here on my leg, and I guess I've been using this elbow surface over here on the left. The driver's door panel's got a decent amount of squish, but would maybe like to see a little bit more. And then the driver's compartment overall is a little bit small. I've been noticing that my knee is kind of resting up against this little bit here, and you can see proof of this yesterday. There's a bit of sunscreen left over from when I had shorts on yesterday and I went for a run, so in some dimensions here in this interior, it does feel mildly cramped, but then in other dimensions, it feels massive. So another one of those weird kind of split personality things. Oh, thank you. Rick Ross would be very proud. Fruit and veggies. Dinosaur pack. Jurassic pear. Good. Welcome to Marcellus, Michigan, a town famous for being within a 6-mile proximity of 30 lakes.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
30 of them. Yeah. And also some bluegill fishing festival that takes place in said lakes. But famous today for having Alyssa and Zach's wedding in it. So, and thank you. Actually, this road is pretty cool, so I thought I'd throw the camera back on as we pull up and show you sport mode, which changes the gauge cluster and sharpens up an already very sharp throttle response. What do you think about the sound this car makes?
It's fine.
It's, yeah, just fine.
I prefer the Escalade.
Valid.
Or like an F-Pace SVR.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Let's put this back into drive. Let's put it back into auto. Really, sport mode doesn't make it any louder because I've noticed that this flap opens absolutely all the time when you're in auto mode too. So anyway, hey, that didn't even affect our fuel economy. We're still sitting at 23.9. Very good. Luckily, we brought the snack bag. Cup holders are pretty big in this, actually. Lots of room for things. How's the vanity?
Good. Just checking. Checking that I didn't screw it up on a slap.
I think you're the only fiance in the world that would let their significant other film a video on the way to a wedding.
Yeah, you're not going to do that on the way to ours, though. So
I've been told that I'm
have your
banished.
moment.
I'm banished from filming. What is it, like 3 days prior, so I don't have a dent on
At
my
least.
forehead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No forehead dents for wedding photos. And I feel like that's a really reasonable request.
Oh no, it's totally reasonable. No,
Because we film every single other trip that we go on.
well, also our wedding is only half an hour down the street, so
That's true.
we don't need to film a road trip.
Very true.
But if you guys have a problem with that, you can take it up with her.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Look at this little town.
Super cute.
I love little towns. It's the best part about going on road trips is you get to find new cute little places like this.
That's right.
This reminds me of that little town we drive through on the way to Gingerman.
Yeah.
sort of out here too. Look at that. That building is painted like a cow.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
Probably ice cream. Nope, it's the
Lulu's ice cream joint.
Oh, it said the Marcellus News on it. That's funny. You know what? When this has to be quiet, it can be.
That's true.
It's like if you're under like 20% throttle and you're really trying extra hard. Oh, ride test. Not too bad over that. It's okay. And I think the loudest part of this on the highway, for one, the ventilated seat is playing the sound of its people. But the loudest part of this car on the highway is the tires. The tires are a little bit howly. I found that with a lot of Goodyear tires, you do kind of have that little bit of howl. It's a tank. Wow.
Right.
I don't know. I think so far I'm like okay with this as a road trip car. It's been okay. And where it really counts, like being able to use stuff in the interior, the sound system, the seat comfort, gets a thumbs up from me thus far. About 2 hours into our trip, I've had the lumbar moved out quite a bit because my back was becoming unhappy.
Yeah.
But the lumbar goes out super far.
Yeah, I'm not terribly uncomfortable, actually.
That's good. Does that mean you are comfortable?
Oh.
Does that mean you are then comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, it's 3:57. We're showing up at 4. We have 15 minutes to transform my hair from.
It honestly was not looking too terrible.
I agree. I didn't think
really wasn't looking
it wasn't too bad. I've strategically washed it yesterday and then put nothing in it today, and it hasn't flattened out too bad.
It's become so high maintenance.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Would
Also-
you like a piece of gum?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Judging off of where this checkered flag is,
Yeah.
literally middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it just ends right here. Is it this? No, Lumberjack Resort.
And that's dirt. So, oh no, is it? Yeah, it's
Gable Hill.
It's the next one. Yeah.
There we go.
That person did the same thing.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, we are off-roading the Charger.
Let's see if we have any off-road drive modes. We have wet snow, custom, sport, and auto.
Okay,
I think auto's the choice for this
I think so.
bit. Okay. What's gonna be around the corner? Oh,
Bridal Cottage.
Bridal Cottage.
Okay.
Holy crap. There are a couple other people at the wedding.
There are.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just parking in a grassy field.
It appears as
That's
such.
fine.
Yep. Just park it right here.
Yeah, why
It's
not, right?
perfect. Yep. Great.
Into park. Engage the parking brake. And now we have to deal with my hair.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's do it.
here we go.
This is what I'm talking about.
Ooh, and it's bright red also.
Just gotta give it a little judge.
You fixed me up.
Gotta just judge it a little bit.
And just like that, it's already time to start heading back home because we have a 2.5-hour drive to make. You see the Charger illuminating, welcoming me back to it. Emily and I took our best shot at using one of the Polaroid cameras, and as you can see, we failed quite badly. I said we should just draw a couple little smiley faces on ourselves. But anyway, let's go ahead and stick my coat back in the lift back area because it's much too warm to have this on right now. And then we will go ahead and get back on the road. And I think there may even be a stop to Culver's planned. We'll see how we're feeling, but it's almost like, is it really a Topher Drives road trip if we don't go to Culver's? I don't know anymore. Okay. Emily's already in the car waiting for me, but I figured we'd give you guys a bit of a cold start here and let you hear the hurricane come to life. Hello, dear.
I've located a mosquito bite on my kneecap.
Oh, dear. Yes. And get this door shut so we don't let any in. Got the purple attitude adjustment coming to life there. Actually looks pretty sweet right now. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and get the navigation set, and we will start on this journey back home, and we should wrap up just about 300 miles, so we'll see what MPG is like total. Cold start is kind of obnoxious in this. Like, it's still idling pretty loud.
It is idling.
Yeah. Okay. Off we go. I'm gonna do some more Charger Scat Pack off-roading. Ooh, let me tell you, that air-conditioned seat feels real nice right now. Let's put that on full blast, please. Please turn on. Why are you not? There it goes, okay. Oh my goodness. Look at the reflection of the ambient lighting on the windshield. Do you see that?
I do.
Oh boy, alright, well we'll see how that gets when it's actually dark out. Goodbye, Gable Hill.
Super pretty venue.
So pretty.
Playing Guess the Sound of Our People.
That's right. I think overall driving this car, and just based off of like impressions that I've gathered prior to this road trip, like I am still pretty entertained driving this. And to be honest, the first 24 hours or so living with this car, I didn't really like it that much, and it took me a minute to kind of warm up to the controls, to warm up to some of the inputs. And this car, you have to give it time to charm you, because right off the bat, under first impressions, it can be a little bit frustrating with the super immediate throttle response and brake tuning, and the steering's a little bit on the heavier side, and you know, some of the controls in here you do have to learn. But once you get in a groove with this car, it is easy to like. I want to come back out here just to rip these roads. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, well, we're going to spend some more time in this thing, and then we'll be back to give you guys our final thoughts, I suppose, after about 300 miles in the Charger Scat Pack. 265 miles down in the Dodge Charger Scat Pack 6-pack 4-door. We are, in a very untraditional sort of manner, ending today's video at Culver's. Don't worry, we'll go through the drive-thru and everything and show you the maneuverability of the car and all of that stuff, but just due to the timing of today's video, it's working out that we're
Starving
at 9:30 p.m. And I think this Culver's is open till like 11. We call this one the Taj Mahal
It's
Culver's
brand new.
because it used to be a TJI Fridays.
Shit.
And then they remodeled it, and now it's a Culver's, and it's huge and beautiful, and it has EV chargers out front and things, which if we had the Scat Pack Daytona, we could charge it right at Culver's. That would be nice.
That's right.
But no, should we talk about the car? I feel like
Sure.
we haven't talked about the car. So I want to start with the things that we can compliment this on. And I think my biggest compliment of this car is something that I did not expect at all, and it is this adaptive cruise control system. I think this is genuinely one of the most competent and natural feeling adaptive cruise systems that I have ever felt in a car. It just knows what to do. And yes, Stellantis, I'm never finding myself feeling like I'm holding up traffic. Sometimes if you're going through a couple of lanes, you know, it's not gonna slam on the brakes for the middle, like if that makes sense. So like if you're going from the right lane to the far left lane and there's a slow car in the middle, it just continues to pass. Like it just feels very natural. However, the active driving assist, I still have not gotten this to work where it'll steer for more than a literal second without you having to put your hands on the wheel, but it does have a grip sensor, which is good, which means if your hands are on the wheel, it always knows without you having to make a little adjustment. But I have just put this to the regular cruise, and that has been good for us. Second thing I want to compliment is the seat bottom comfort.
Yes.
My butt is very comfortable
My
in
butt is
these.
also very comfortable, but I will say on the highest level of the heated seat, it was getting a little toasty.
Really? Well, that's not a bad thing though.
Burning my little cheeks.
Lots of heat
Yeah.
is good. Kind of like a BMW in that way.
Yes.
You know, sounds like an M3.
Yes.
Has heated seats like an M3.
Roasts your cheeks.
Yes, right. And then, I don't know, seat back I'm indifferent on. My back has a little bit of fatigue even with this lumbar. But the seat bottom is very good and squishy. Third thing I want to compliment, the Alpine sound system.
Great.
Quite good. Quite powerful.
Quite good.
Yeah. Plays Lil Jon very well.
Oh my. Yeah, we're testing out the wedding playlist.
Yes, we are.
With this sound system.
That's right. Yeah.
It's great.
It does kind of give a handful of subwoofers on sticks in a room.
Yeah,
It's kind of what
but,
the...
you know,
Yeah,
it's what it's for.
it is. And then I also want to compliment just kind of the atmosphere in this cabin. I really like this ambient lighting that goes around the dash, and I meant to say this in the beginning, this whole interior, it's very uniquely designed. Like there's not really anything else on the market that looks like this kind of multi-tiered dashboard with the ambient lighting in the middle. They've done the appointments well. It's got stitching on the top of the door panel, stitching on the dashboard. The infotainment is in a really nice reachable spot. This is something Stellantis does really well. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is like this too. Infotainment right within reach, exactly where it should be. However, I think some of the design here has led to some weird ergonomics in the driver's compartment. We touched on that earlier, but my leg has been a little bit uncomfortable on the top and on the side because the dashboard, it sticks down a little low, and then the console sticks a little bit. It intrudes just a little bit more than I would want it to. But I suspect over there you're doing okay.
Oh,
'cause
I'm great.
there's a lot more room over there.
Lots of room.
But other ergonomics in here are not too bad. I really do like this steering wheel. I'm usually not a huge fan of square steering wheels, but this one does the trick for me. I think in the hands it feels really nice. And then all these physical buttons here are just a treat to use too. You never have to question anything. Drive mode selectors right here on the steering wheel for if you do want to use it. Paddle shifters, I'm not huge on how those feel, but hey, at least it has them and you can change gears manually, unlike something like an EcoBoost Mustang where you're just kind of stuck in drive. I just wish that I could manually change gear down here with the pistol grip shifter, but maybe someday we'll see the addition of a little, you could bump the stick over into manual mode, like the old Charger used to let you do. Next thing I don't super love, it's kind of like a two-part thing, the ride quality and overall boominess in the cabin. Ride's a little rough, and it's kind of loud over expansion joints. Like there's a lot of like reverberation in this interior. And I don't know if it's because it has frameless doors or like what's going on with this, but it's just kind of a loud, boomy cabin. And for a sedan that's $69,000, like I personally expected this to just be a little bit quieter. When you're stationary, it's quiet, but then you get in motion and it just isn't. It has been a pretty good companion for this road trip, and it's even done 24.6 mpg.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good. It beat its EPA highway estimate by almost 2 miles per gallon, and we did some pretty decent spirited driving as well on this trip. Like we were kind of ripping those back roads out in Marcellus, and I kind of want to go back there to rip those back roads again. But I think if you were really trying, really sort of hypermiling this, you could probably touch the 25 to 25.5 range. Now, could this be more efficient? Yes, but it is a 4,800 pound, 550 horsepower sedan from Stellantis. So I don't know that you really expect more than this out of it, and I'm honestly pretty happy with the way that this is performed. Oh, we'll go over here to the, do you know what you want?
Yes, chicken tenders, french fries, and if you want to share an custard.
Okay, we'll just share a 4-piece. Is that cool?
And you know what custard?
Thank you for choosing Culver's. Can I get a name for the order?
Yeah, Chris,
Alright, what can I get started fresh for you today?
may I please do the 4-piece chicken tender basket with
Ranch,
fries,
barbecue, or honey mustard?
Oh, honey mustard.
with honey mustard and a Coke to drink, please?
Alright. Medium fry, medium Coke, okay?
That is perfect.
Alright, was there anything else I can get for you tonight?
Yes, can we also do a concrete mixer, chocolate with cake and Reese's? That
Was
looks
there anything
perfect.
else I can get for you tonight?
I think that's it. Looks good.
It's gonna be $20.65.
Great, thank you. Just freaking swipe down on the infotainment to do this. Camera quality, very good. Maneuverability, fine, just fine. Look at this. You know, the Midwest is so special. The sunsets are the prettiest over a Meyer or a Culver's.
That's right. Always.
Always. Thank you so much.
And
Cool.
you're all set to pull around the corner.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, crap. When they bring it, I can ask. Ooh, get this thing around the corner. Turning circle does not seem to be fantastic. However, we're making it work today. I think the quickness of the steering is pretty good. Also, what's happening with this? We're perfectly in the middle of two spots. Not by choice.
Not by choice, definitely.
Oh well.
There's something so special about a fountain Coke.
Yeah. Can I have some?
Yeah.
Oh,
I really love a fountain Coke.
I feel like people that smoke cigarettes,
Yeah.
you could probably compare it that way to like a certain,
That's why I call
like a
this
fresh carton of cigarettes.
a fridge cigarette.
Yeah. Fountain cigarette. Yeah. No, that is really good
It's so
compared to
good.
the bottled Coke that I tried earlier. Ooh! Look at that's a GTS 4 liter.
Oh, sick.
That is sick. Red interior in it too. Very good.
That's the gear shift. It stands for park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low.
I was never a Disney kid. I was Nickelodeon.
I can tell.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm just
Comment
kidding.
below, were you a Disney kid or a Nickelodeon kid? I was Nickelodeon all the way. iCarly, Drake and Josh,
I
SpongeBob,
was not allowed to watch those shows. Not allowed to
True
watch.
Jackson VP
We were allowed to
with
watch that.
Kiki Palmer.
Love her. Sorry to this man. Another very niche culture reference.
Dude, no, the best Drake and Josh moment though is when they stole Tony Hawk's Viper.
Yeah.
And there was that, have you seen the movie? Drake and
Yeah.
Josh movie?
And then
They were running from those guys and they steal Tony Hawk's Viper and there's this epic chase scene and Drake has like this aura. He's like, there's like a shot of him getting in, putting in first gear and dumping the clutch and like
Yeah.
it was so cool to like have both of my worlds mixed, you know, like I liked my Drake and Josh and then
Sure,
I
yeah.
saw Drake driving that Viper and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, this is the best.
Hi
Yeah.
for Chris.
Hello, yes.
Here you go. Have
Thank
a
you.
great night.
I don't think we've ever ordered a concrete on camera before.
No. Why'd you get the first bite?
All right, well, exiting Culver's, we're actually behind that Boxster GTS 4 liter right now, and I'm envying that they have a roof to put down. Dodge, make a convertible Charger.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, they have the two-door variant.
Yeah, why not?
So, overall, you know, I think,
You know.
I like this car, and I like it in a very like Stellantis-y Richard Hammond sort of way, you know, like I like that it's got a little bit of character. I like that it's imperfect. I like that it's loud. I like that it's in your face, and I like that it still has these muscle car characteristics despite the fact that it isn't a V8. They have not yet put the V8 motor in this, even though I'm sure it's coming, but they've kind of made the most of it with this Hurricane Inline 6 with what they had. And I think just the uniqueness of this entire package is cool. The fact that they're building a sedan in 2026 that's also available as a two-door is cool. Are there things I would change? Yes. You know, some of the things we touched on earlier, and I think the gauge cluster is just such a poor effort. It just, I don't know. But overall,
Holy spider hot.
ooh, that's good. Can I have one? Ooh. That's the best Culver's fry I've had in ages.
Uh-huh.
It's because it came from the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Taj Mahalvers.
If you're in the Ann Arbor area,
Yeah.
that's the one,
Right, so I'm.
Anyway,
Even though Culver's is still not paying us to say that.
I know. Oh well.
But anyway, that's been the Dodge Charger Scat Pack. We'll probably have another. Thank you. We'll probably have another one of these someday. I still have to try the electric one. I still have to try the RT. I mean, there's a lot of flavors of this car I haven't tried. I just went straight to the top dog, which is kind of the way it goes sometimes. But it's been a nicer companion than I expected. Getting a little bit more used to that initial throttle tip in, which is very obnoxious. But I think the best part about this car is that it exists, that Dodge is still building something like this, and I hope they keep doing cars like this, and I hope they keep getting a little bit better and better as time continues on. But anyway, we're a little slap happy at this point. We're tired and hungry, and I think that's going to be a wrap on this video. So please let us know if you have any questions about the Charger Scat Pack and what it's been like to live with this week, because I am happy that I finally got the chance to live with one.
Hot.
But that'll be a wrap. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Barb, you got any closing remarks?
No, hot.
Okay, just that the tenders are hot. Okay. Well, permission to say good night. Thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one. Take care.